NYPD certainly has its work cut out for them as New York starts to reopen and more businesses come back online. Joining me this morning to discuss the department's plans to keep New Yorkers safe is First Deputy Commissioner Ben Tucker. So good morning to you. Thank you for joining us once again this morning.
Good morning, Dan. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you, sir. So before we dive into coronavirus concerns, I do want to get your take on this viral video that's now posted on our website, pix11.com, over in Central Park. This incident showing a woman calling 911 on an African-American man claiming he was threatening her. From the looks of things, Commissioner, it appears the woman was possibly filing a false police report. So I'm just curious your take on this whole incident.
Yeah, actually, I've seen the video. It's an unfortunate incident, and frankly, it's hard to understand why she did what she did, perhaps. But the fact that she invoked race is disturbing. But also, listen, she's got a dog. The signs say the dogs must be leashed. She wasn't in compliance. So in effect, she was the problem, not the gentleman who asked her to put her dog on the leash. So, it was a simple thing. Both parties were going after our officers arrived. So, but it's unlikely that we would have made an arrest in that circumstance. These sorts of disputes pop up often.
Right.
Our officers confront issues like this on a regular basis. Sometimes they escalate and they get ugly. And sometimes people realize that they've made a mistake and they get it resolved and they
but
go about their business.
There's no action that can be taken moving forward for her on calling the 911, tying up police on even having to come there, even though they were both gone by the time you arrived.
Yeah, no, we're not going to pursue that. We've got bigger fish to fry. I think so no, we would, and the DA would never prosecute that. It's
right.
It's not even clear that it would be actionable in terms of any violation. So
understood. Understood. Okay, I want to shift gears now to then discuss coronavirus issues. Memorial Day weekend obviously came and went, right? So this was the first big test of social distancing enforcement. Obviously, first and foremost, it was a bit chillier out there, so we didn't see huge crowds at the beaches per se. But how did everything go?
Everything went well. We didn't have any incidents that would require any coverage. People were out. They were, I think, had their masks on, trying to social distance. And so, to me, no news is good news.
That is very true. Good point there. But now that the NYPD really has shifted, I guess, from social distancing enforcement, have you seen less clashes then between cops and New Yorkers?
We have, listen, we changed the policy with respect to masks, and we're not going to be instructing them. You remember the whole issue around masks and being worn in the transit system and now beyond that. So that new policy is in place. And we've instructed our people, as we have been almost since the very beginning, to focus on compliance and not on enforcement. That continues to be our mantra, because that's the only way to deal with this. So, but we didn't have any challenges over the weekend. We had our members all over at the beaches and parks, and so uneventful.
So looking ahead then to a possible reopening, right? As temperatures get warmer, the beaches do get more crowded. What are your concerns? Because yesterday there was video of a group of people inside of a grocery store on Staten Island. They were yelling at a customer to get out because they didn't have a mask on. It certainly got heated. Didn't get physical, but it got heated. I don't know if you saw that video. So what are your concerns moving forward?
No, the concerns are just what you described. I think, this virus is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it, and it has an incredible impact on all of us. And so that's not a surprise. I think people are stressed out. People are worried about paying their bills. They're worried about the relationships. They're worried about their kids and their education. They need to pay their rent. All of these things, these stresses that seem to be magnified by this virus. People are worried about trying to stay well. And of course, those people who have lost loved ones aren't even able to, in many cases, to grieve, to have a funeral or to have others, pay respects to their loved ones. So there's a variety of issues that come up. I think that give people have a short fuse, and you can and understandably so. Our officers are. This is what they do day in and day out: is try and address people, deal with them, try and keep people calm and de-escalate situations.
I want to talk about deployment of the police officers. Lawmakers on Staten Island have been pushing now to reopen earlier than other parts of the city, right? Governor Cuomo shutting down that idea, but I'm curious to know, because you're seeing people on Staten Island want to move away from even being part of the 5 boroughs, and they're saying that they should reopen, are you going to be moving more officers to the island to make sure that it does remain on pause?
No, I mean, I think we'll wait and see. Based on what they're saying, we wouldn't necessarily act on that, but clearly the governor will make the decision, and I think he already has indicated that, as it relates to somehow the notion that they want to move before the rest of the city moves to open. I think he's made it clear that he'll make that decision. So
right.
I don't see there being any challenge. But like everything else, if we have incidents as we do around the city, and we need to move personnel there to any location, then we've done that, and we'll continue to
Understood.
do it. We're doing it even as we speak, depending on what we're seeing with respect to the crime picture.
All right. First Deputy Commissioner Ben Tucker, appreciate your time this morning. Hey, real quick, it's Takeout Tuesday. We feature businesses here that are favorite takeout places. Curious to know if you have one. What is your favorite takeout place?
There's a Chinese restaurant in Lower Manhattan where my wife and we probably twice a week. And I'm not even sure I remember the name, so I won't try and remember. But it's on Barrett Street, and they have great Chinese food. And
there you go.
She asked me about it yesterday.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You got to get me the name. I want to order from there. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your time this morning.
I'll text it to you.
Appreciate it. All right.
Okay,
appreciate your time,
care.
sir. Stay safe to you, and thank you to your officers for always keeping everybody safe.